Global warming is one of the problems that has most concerned humanity in recent years. Since its discovery in 1960, this problem has created much controversy about how dangerous it can be for the Earth as well as for people. Global warming is caused by the absorption of solar power energy by the Earth. As the Earth warms up, it releases heat into the atmosphere in the form of infrared rays. This phenomenon is known as greenhouse effect. However, some of this heat is returned to the Earth's surface, and the consequence is that the Earth's surface warms up. However, although the greenhouse effect is a natural and necessary for the Earth, it has been found to have multiplied in large quantities due to different factors. One of these factors is energy production. The production of electricity and heat by burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas is responsible for a large part of global emissions. Other factors are manufactured products. Industry and manufacturing generate emissions, mainly from the burning of fossil fuels to produce the energy needed to produce cement, iron, steel, electronics, plastics, clothing, and other goods. Forest filling is also an important factor because when trees are cut down, they release the carbon they have been storing. Also, trees absorb carbon dioxide, so their destruction also limits nature's ability to keep emissions out of the atmosphere. Another factor is transport. Most cars, trucks, ships, and planes run on fossil fuels. This makes transport one of the main responsible of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide emissions. Food production also requires energy to run farm equipment or fishing boats, usually using fossil fuels. Crops also cause emissions such as by using fertilizers and manure. Livestock produce methane, a potent greenhouse gas, and emissions also come from food, packaging, and distributions. Humans are certainly the only and the main responsible for global warming and are also one of those most affected by it. The effects of global warming on the planet is reflected in the following way.
So when we talk the global warming, we need to be aware that the first ones that are affected by this is us, the humans. And we think, why is that? Well, global warming is has a lot of consequences, such as changes in weather, and these uh, consequences in weather also are melted glaciers that first were ice and now they are melted. We can see this in the Antarctic Peninsula because this is melting as well as the poles that we know that were a different kind had a different kind of environment. It also affects us in ocean temperatures and rising seas. It is estimated that seas will rise to 10 to 32 inches in the next 20 years if global warming still continues as it has been. It also affects in the natural life because our resources are the first thing that is mostly affected by this because the environment or the habitats where animals live are destroyed by these changes in weather and etc. So animals lose their habitats and they uh, even immigrate or they die. There's still a lot of things that also happen because of this climate change, but the one that is most that most affect us as humans is the less clean air. Why do we need to be aware of this? Because air is life, and air being affected by global warming is one of our biggest problems right now. The consequences of this might be breath problems such as lung diseases. We will or we are already developing these diseases by time to time because we don't give this problem the relevance that it needs to have. So, taking our own natural resources to give ourselves some kind of some to give ourselves stuff that might be material or stuff like that to make things, we we lose the most important things that we need, and we need to take care of these natural resources and not just destroying them. And we need to be aware of this because the things that are going to be affected the most are our lives. There is still a lot of things that we can do to help our own planet.
As we have seen so far, the evidence that humans are causing climate change with drastic consequences for life on the planet is overwhelming, but the question of what to do about it remains controversial. Economics, sociology, and politics are all important factors in planning for the future. Countries around the world acknowledged the imperative to act on climate change with the Paris Agreement in 2015, making pledges to reduce greenhouse gas pollution. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which synthesizes the scientific consensus of the issue, has set a goal of keeping warming under 2 degrees Celsius and pursuing an even lower warming cap of 1.5 degrees Celsius. But the question is, what can be done? Addressing climate change will require many solutions. There's no magic bullet. Yet, nearly all of these solutions exist today, and many of them hinge on humans changing the way we behave, shifting the way we make and consume energy. The required changes span technologies, behaviors, and policies that encourage less waste and smarter use of our resources. For example, improvements to energy efficiency and vehicle fuel economy, increases in wind and solar power, biofuels from organic waste, setting a price on carbon, and protecting forests are all potent ways to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide and other gases trapping heat on the planet. Scientists are also working on ways to sustainably produce hydrogen, most of which is currently derived from natural gas, to feed zero-emission fuel cells for transportation and electricity. Other efforts are aimed at building better batteries to store renewable energy, engineering a smarter electric grid, and capturing carbon dioxide from power plants and other sources with the goal of storing it underground or turning it into valuable products, such as gasoline. Some people argue that nuclear power, despite concerns over safety, water use, and toxic waste, should also be part of the solution because nuclear plants don't contribute any direct air pollution while operating. As you can see, the ideas vary, but the message is consistent. We already have many of the tools needed to address climate change. Some of the concepts are broad ones that governments and business must implement, but many other ideas involve changes that anyone can make. These are some of the resources we use to inform us about this problem. Thank you.